Hello. In this video, we'll be going over IRS Form 4506-T, Request for Transcript of Tax Return. So we recorded this video a few years ago, but the IRS recently updated it in 2025, so we're going to go over it again. So a little bit of background. 4506, this series of forms, all are different types of requests for tax information from the IRS. So to request an actual copy of a tax return, you would file IRS Form 4506. There's also a user fee that goes to each copy of a tax return that you're asking the IRS to reproduce. However, a request for transcript of tax return, this is kind of the default setting. So if you had an IRS online account, then you would have instant access to the information that you're trying to get here. Also, there are a couple of other ways that you can request your tax record. You can call this 800 number, 800-908-9946, to request copies of either a tax return transcript or a tax account transcript for the last, I believe, 3 calendar years. You would need to use this form to go further back or to request either a record of account transcript or a wage and income transcript. So let's break down the difference. A tax return transcript is basically contains the line items from your original tax return, including your adjusted gross income, as well as any forms and schedules. So as originally filed. The tax account transcript shows the type of return, your marital status, and then it shows any changes that the IRS may have made to your tax return after you filed it. It also would show any amendments that you might have made to a tax return. So the tax return transcript only shows the tax return as originally filed. Tax account transcript shows your tax information for that given year after all the adjustments have been made by both yourself and the IRS. The record of account transcript combines those two into one complete transcript. So you will see the return that was originally filed, and then you will see all the changes that were made to that original return. And then wage and income transcript, that shows informational returns that were filed on your behalf. So W-2 forms, 1099 forms, 1098, or 5498 series forms. If you're ever trying to track down income documents for a tax return across multiple issuers, like probably one of the more common examples would be Social Security plus a pension plus investment income. Well, instead of requesting that information from all 3 different places, you could simply request a wage and income transcript from the IRS to get all the information at once. So this is a pretty straightforward tax form. Page 1 contains the information. Page 2 contains the mailing and the fax instructions where you're going to send your completed form. So again, you can request some of this information through the IRS website. If you have an IRS online account, you can basically get almost all the information without having to do this. So let's go ahead and just fill this out as if we're John Doe. So if he was married, we would put his wife's name, wife's social security number, his current name, let's say John Doe. Let's see, if he had a previous address that was on the most recent tax return and it's different from the line 3 address, you would put that there. A customer file number might be appropriate for a situation in which you know that you have some sort of file attached or a number attached to your file. So this would be something that sometimes companies do. So let's say transcripts provided by the IRS are modified to protect privacy. So they only show partial information. If you request the customer file number field, then it will generate a number that prints on the transcript. So it is optional. You don't need to use it. So if you don't think you need to, or if you haven't been specifically asked to provide a customer file number, then you can leave that blank. So lines 6 through 8 are the different types of transcripts that you can request. So up here in the blank, you would put in the tax form. So let's just say form 1040, but if he were looking for partnership returns, he could request a 1065. If he were requesting corporate returns, 1120, 1041 for estates and trust, so on and so forth. So 6A is the return transcript that we previously discussed. And each of these transcripts, it does show the availability for each type of transcript right here. So tax return transcripts are available for the current year and returns processed during the prior 3 years. So if this is the 2026 calendar year, then you would be able to get a tax return transcript for 2025. That would be considered the current year. And then 2022, 3, and 4 would be the returns processed during the prior 3 years. So most of this is done within 10 business days. It says that across all of these. So the account transcript, again, account transcripts are available for most tax returns. It's pretty ambiguous here, but you can check this box if you wanted to. Record of account, again, it's going to be limited to whatever is available on the return transcript, which is the current year and 3 prior tax years. Verification of non-filing, that's line 7. This is actual proof from the IRS that you didn't file a tax return for the year. So sometimes people request a letter of verification of non-filing if they need to prove to a third party that they didn't have to file a tax return. So certain taxpayers, particularly if your adjusted gross income is less than your standard deduction, then you don't need to file a tax return. Now, for current year requests, for example, we're recording this video in May of 2026. So the 2025 request, the verification of non-filing for the 2025 tax year, won't be available for another month plus, so June 15th. Form W-2, 1099, 1098, or 5498 series transcripts. These are all the information returns. So you can request information returns. Generally speaking, the information for the current year would not be available until the following year with the IRS. But you may be able to do this. So, for example, the 2025 information, which would be filed in 2026, probably wouldn't be available until 2027. So if you're late in filing a tax return, you can use this. I talk to a lot of people on a regular basis that are filing at this time 2023, 2024 taxes. And so this would be a good place to get that information. And then you're going to indicate the period or year requested. So because this is used also for quarterly returns, you have to enter the ending date of the tax year or the tax period. So for John Doe, his tax year, let's just say that he's looking for his 2023 and 2024 tax return transcripts. So we could do that. If he was filing like a Form 941, then this would be a quarterly. So it might be 12/31/2023 and then 03/31/2024 for the first quarter of 24. So that would be the example. But the date should represent the last day of the year or the tax period that you're requesting the return for. At the bottom, you're going to sign it, date it, enter your phone number. And then if you have a title, put your title in. If not, don't worry about it. If your spouse is requesting this as well, or if you're requesting it on behalf of a joint couple, both spouses need to sign. And don't forget to check this box. I call it the idiot box that says you have read the attestation clause. So for example, this form is used by a lot of people that are trying to make sure, for estate planning, that if they have a deceased parent, that parent was up to speed and current on all of their taxes. So they may be requesting tax account information for the last couple of years just to make sure that everything is zeroed out. So you're saying that you're either the taxpayer or you're someone that's authorized to grab this information. So this is the attestation clause, saying that if you're not the taxpayer, you at least have permission. And then, when filing this form, you're going to file it based on state and based on the type of transcript you're requesting. There are mailing and faxing instructions to the IRS. What they have, they're called RAVES teams. So that is a special office within the IRS that focuses on just income verification. So I believe RAVE stands for Returns and Income Verification Team. I looked that up before this. Might not be the exact acronym, but those are teams that pretty much what they focus on is responding to tax transcript requests. So if you're requesting a Form 1040 series or W-2 and 1099 series documents, then you can use these addresses up here. This is a fax number, not a phone number, based on the state that where you live. And if you're requesting any other type of transcript, then the RAVES teams are for these two IRS locations in either Ogden, Utah, or Kansas City, Missouri. So I do believe that all of the transcripts, the IRS says it takes about 10 business days to process those transcripts. So most people that I've helped with requesting tax transcripts, they're usually able to work with whoever is requiring this information. Closing documents, for example, for a mortgage would be a very common example. So they're usually able to work with the lenders in that situation to get the information that they need to get to closing. So this is a manual way to get the information that you can also call the 800 number in certain circumstances. The 800 number does not give you either the information return transcript or a verification of non-filing or the record of account. So you can only get the return transcript or the account transcript. So be careful of that. But again, this is a pretty straightforward form. Takes probably about 5 minutes to complete, and you should get your response from the IRS within about 10 days, call it 2 weeks. So that's all we have for this tax form, request for transcript of tax return. So we'll cover the step-by-step guidance to this form as well as other forms either related to requests such as this or other topics that we've mentioned in this video. We'll go ahead and put links to those resources in the show notes. So if you like our articles, please subscribe to our newsletter. If you like our YouTube videos, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, or if there's another topic that you'd like to see in an upcoming video, please hit me up in the comments section. Thank you very much and have a great day.